Hi everyone, I've got a 20-minute class for you today, going a little bit faster through the exercises, trying to work every part of the body in a shorter amount of time. So set yourselves up on the floor, let your body be however it wants to be for just a moment, bringing your mind and body into the space, feel the ground underneath you supporting you, lifting you up. Bring the legs in towards you, rock side to side if that feels good, and then reach your arms up to the ceiling. Bring your arms down to the hips, open your arms to the side, and then overhead, just one more that direction, and then we'll reverse. From here, bring the hands behind the head, curl the head and the shoulders up and lower down, curl up and lower down. Keep that tailbone anchored down, finding those lower abdominals, working the upper abdominals right away. Bring your left leg to tabletop, and then switch legs, continuing this upper body curl. And then both legs will come to tabletop, all the way together or hip distance, curling up and lower, about 3 more. And then rest. Bring your left leg in, right leg long, cross the midline, take a little twist, stretch. Have the left arm long on the ground. And then hook your left arm underneath the left leg, opening up that hip. And then switch sides, right leg in, right leg across the midline, right arm on the ground, turning your head to the right. A little twist in the entire spine, and then opening that right leg to the side, and then both knees in. Right away, going into our single leg stretch, one knee in, one leg long. Moving at your own pace, but a little bit faster if you can. Point or flex the feet, up to you. And then both knees in, both legs long. Everything in, everything out. Inhale as everything comes in. Exhale as everything goes out. Arms and legs are long. The path of the arms down is up to you. Go directly down. You can bend the elbows. You can circle the arms. Point or flex those feet. And then hold on to the back of the left leg. Let the right leg go long. Switch sides. And then a little faster we'll switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Keep going. And then everything in and rest down. We're going to take a figure 4 stretch. Here, crossing left ankle over right knee. Keep the shape of the legs as it is and let the legs fall over to the right side. Come on up and switching sides. Right ankle over left knee, letting the legs fall to the left. Coming back up. Bring the feet down for a moment. Keeping those knees bent, arms down, legs to tabletop, curling head and shoulders up. Flex the feet, reach the arms long, left heel down, and then right heel down, keeping the shape of the legs as they are. Exhale as the leg lifts to find those lower abdominals to engage deeper, deeper, deeper. And then rest everything in. We're going to take this one step further. Legs will be all the way together in tabletop. Feet will stay flexed. Reach the arms long, tailbone is heavy. The legs will go halfway down. Exhale to lift. Inhale as the legs lower. Exhale to lift. Don't let the shape of your spine change as the legs go low. Just a few more, and then rest. You're going to take your legs back in tabletop. Take the right leg down. Flex the left foot. Reach the left leg long, lower, lift, bend in. Switch sides. Right leg long, lower, lift, and bend. Head and shoulders are lifted. Arms are reaching long. Taking it one step further, having both legs in the air at the same time. Coordinate pointing and flexing the feet if you would like. Long, lower, lift, and in. And then rest everything down. We're going to set up to go into a bridge. Tuck the pelvis, peel the spine up off the mat, and then roll back, down. Tuck and tilt the pelvis without lifting the spine. Turn your head side to side. Keeping those legs parallel and feet down, press back up into a bridge, and roll back down. Pressing back up, and rolling down. Rock your hips side to side, turn your head one way, and then the other way. Extend your right leg long, left leg to the ceiling. Circle that left leg 5 times one direction and 5 times the other, working on rotation within the hip. That right leg is hovering off the ground. Arms are lifted and head and shoulders are lifted as well. Reverse the circle if you haven't. And then bring both knees in. Rest down for just a moment and we'll do the other side. Extend the left leg long towards the ground, right leg towards the ceiling. 5 circles one direction. And then you'll reverse 5 circles the opposite direction. Arms are reaching along. Head and shoulders are lifted off. And then rest everything down. Roll up and roll back. Hold on to the backs of the legs, round up and round back. Excuse my yawn if you were watching. Rounding up and down. Just a nice gentle massage for the spine. If this doesn't feel good, just sit all the way up. Regardless, sit all the way up. Balance. Take the feet down, let the knees open. Take a little stretch forward, opening up those hips. And then the legs are going to come long in front of you. Take a stretch forward. And then cross one leg over the other, flexing the feet, ankle over knee. If this isn't comfortable, just sit in a regular cross-legged position. We're going to do some side stretching here. So my left leg is on top. Actually, we're going to stretch forward first, apparently. Opening up those hips, feeling a stretch in the back. And then coming back up from that stretch, take the right arm overhead, left arm to the ground, taking that big side stretch, feeling the length between the top of your hip and the bottom of the rib cage, and then reverse your stretch. Torso is flat so that we can get the best stretch there. Take the arms behind, look up towards the ceiling, bring the arms in front, circle the head one way. Nice and easy, reverse, circle the other way. And then lifting the head back up center, switching sides. Cross right leg on top, flexing those feet. If that is enough of a stretch, you can stay upright. If you want deeper, you can walk the hands forward to get a little bit deeper of a stretch, whatever your body needs today. And then walking your hands back, taking right arm down, left arm over, taking that side stretch. Keep space between your head and your arm. Shoulders relaxed down. And then reversing other side. Trying to keep both sides of the pelvis down, both sits bones down. And then coming all the way up. Take the hands behind again, open up the chest. Take your arms in front, give yourself a hug. And then switch opposite arm on top and give yourself another hug. Bring your legs long in front of you, reach the arms forward, round down through the spine. Take the arms with you. Arms back to the ceiling, inhale, exhale, round all the way up. Sitting tall, open the arms, lift the arms, reach the arms forward, round back down. Arms overhead, keep the ribs closed. Arms forward, rounding up. Open the arms, lift the arms, reach forward for a stretch. Flip on over onto hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, round through the spine, lengthen, flat back, arch, tilt the pelvis. Tuck the pelvis round, looking down. Lengthen, arch, looking up. Continue to round and arch a few more times. You will see me start to do the next exercise, but then you will see me need to adjust my shirt. So continue to round and arch through the spine. Feel free to take the hips side to side, a little bit of a circle in the torso, whatever your back needs. If you want to take a child's pose stretch, you can take a child's pose stretch. And then we're going to come back out onto all fours, hands and knees. Extend which leg are we going to start with? The left leg long behind you. Point the foot. Don't lift the hip. Reach the right arm long. If everything's good, round, bend elbow to knee 5 times. Round and lengthen out. And then we're going to switch sides. Extend that right leg long behind. Point the foot, lift the leg, not the hip. Reach the left arm long. If that all feels good, bend elbow to knee, rounding in and lengthen long and away. Rounding in, lengthen long and away, a total of 5. And then place everything back down. Take a child's pose stretch. Let the knees be wide and the feet be together. And then come back up. Tuck the toes under. Nope, don't tuck the toes under. Now tuck the toes under. Come to a plank position. Hold this plank, bend the elbows, and lift. Bend the elbows, and lift. Bend the elbows, and lift. Now stretch back into a downward dog. Let this be a rest position. Come back forward to plank. Bend the elbows, and lift. Bend the elbows, and lift. One more. Lift, and down dog. Come back forward to this plank position, bend the knees, and come down into sitting on the knees. Take the arms behind, open up the shoulders for a moment. Come out onto forearms and elbows. Come all the way down. We're going to do our single leg kick. Going into our single leg kick, pressing down on the forearms and elbows, looking out and away. Abs are lifted and engaged. No tension in that low back as one leg kicks, and lengthen, kick, and lengthen. Point flex if you want to. Point flex and kick. Lower the torso all the way down. Bring the hands to the ground by the shoulders. Push up into a swan, arching that back, and then lengthen down the front of the body. Lifting head, heart, ribs off, and lower down. Try to keep the pelvis down. Legs long behind and lower down. Last one. Reach behind for one foot. Grab that foot. Take a quad stretch here. Try to keep the leg parallel so you don't hurt your knee. And then switching sides, reaching for the top of the foot, stretching the front of the thigh. If this doesn't feel good, don't do it. And then when you're ready, release that stretch. Push yourself up to plank. Surprise. Point one foot, rock forward and back on the other. And then down dog. Child's pose, stretch for a moment. Oh, that's a brief moment. Sorry about that. We're going to go into some side leg. Woohoo. Start with the knees bent, legs parallel. Take that top leg towards the back, towards the front. Flex that foot. Do not move the hip. Right into the hamstring and the glute. Just 5, I believe. And then we're going to go into a circle. Lift, rotate, turn that leg out towards the back. Parallel slide forward. Turning out to the back. Parallel forward. Just 5 of these circles. Feeling that thigh bone rotate within a stable hip socket. And then we'll reverse. Parallel back. Lift, rotate the leg towards the front. Bottom leg is gently pressing down to help stabilize. And then once you've done 5, rest that leg down only briefly. Extend the bottom leg long. Bend the top leg. Double lift, and lower of that bottom leg. Foot is flexed. Leg is parallel. Finding that inner uppermost thigh muscle. Take the top arm overhead if you don't need it for stability. Double lift, single lower down. And then extend the bottom arm as well. Work on strengthening those neck muscles. Bottom leg is going to continue only briefly. And we're going to do some circles. Small, 5 circles in one direction, and then reverse 5 circles in the other direction. Keep that leg hovering. Extend the top leg over the bottom leg. Beat those legs together. Try not to fall over. If you do, it's okay. And then rest. Flip on over to the other side. Knees will be bent. Legs will be parallel. Feet are flexed. Hips are stacked. leg goes directly towards the back, directly towards the front, staying parallel. Feel that hip opening and lengthening as the leg is behind, and try to keep that open, lengthened feel as the leg comes forward. So we're lengthening the hamstring by keeping your pelvis where it is when the leg comes to the front. Circle the leg towards the back and then parallel front 5 times, circling in this direction. And then once you've done 5 in that direction, you'll reverse and do 5 circles in the opposite direction. Parallel back, lift the leg, circle forward. Gently press that bottom leg down as well. After that last one, you'll keep that top leg down, extend the bottom leg, flex the bottom foot parallel, top foot is down, double lift, and lower of the bottom leg. Try not to let anything else move. It's a small movement. Extend that top arm overhead if you don't need it for support. And then point through that bottom foot, and we're going to do some circles. 5 circles one direction. And then pause, reverse. 5 circles the opposite direction. Figuring out what muscles need to activate to make that circle happen. And then you'll keep that leg hovering off. Extend the top leg over the bottom leg. Beat those legs together. Cores are nice and strong. And rest everything down. Come onto your backs. We'll do a figure 4 stretch. Adjust your clothing if you need to, and then the leg that you just worked, cross that ankle over the opposite knee, flexing the feet. If you want a deeper stretch, cross the legs further, hold on to both shins. Gently pull the legs towards you as you feel your tailbone reach down in opposition. And then we'll switch legs, ankle over knee, or crossing both legs a little bit farther. Well, that was a brief stretch. Pause if you need more of a stretch. But if you're good, we're going to go into our hundreds. Inhale, exhale as long as you can. Arms are pumping up and down, head and shoulders lifted. Legs can be parallel, tabletop, feet down, or long in the air, or any combination of the 3. Just make sure you're breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Arms are nice and strong. Core is nice and stable. Tailbone is anchored down, almost there. Nice job, everyone. And surprise teaser. That was a surprise to me too. Lower the upper body down. Lifting up. Lower down. Exhale to lift up. Keep the legs lifted. And then rest forward for just a moment. Take a stretch forward over those legs. And then from here, taking those legs long in front of you. I think we might do a little twist. Let's see. I changed my mind, but take a stretch forward, opposite arm to foot. And then switching sides. And then from here, sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. Take your arms up, twist one way, open the arms, turn your head towards that twist. Inhale, exhale. Stay in that twist. Reach the arms back up, not the shoulders. Come center. Inhale, exhale. Twist the opposite way. Reach the arms down. Turn your head towards that twisted side. Stay in that twist. Reach the arms back up. Come back center. Round through the spine. Arch the spine. Tuck and tilt the pelvis a couple of times. And then from here, we're going to make our way onto our feet, I believe. Tucking those toes under, come to a down dog if that feels good. And then you'll either walk hands to feet or feet to hands. Bend the knees, round all the way up. And let your head be the very last thing to come up. Thank you for joining me for this 20-minute class. I hope it was beneficial. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, everyone.